That night, when I opened my eyes, what I saw changed my understanding of reality forever. At first, I thought I was still dreaming. The room was dark, but not empty. The digital clock on my nightstand glowed red, 3:17 a.m. The air felt wrong, too cold, too heavy, like it was pressing down on my chest. I lay still, listening. My apartment in Queens was usually noisy, even at night, sirens, distant traffic, the hum of the city that never sleeps. But now, there was silence. Deep, unnatural silence. Then I noticed the smell. It was damp and metallic, like rust mixed with wet soil. I tried to sit up, but my body refused to move. Sleep paralysis, I told myself. I'd read about it. The fear, the hallucinations, the sense of being watched. I tried to calm my breathing. That's when I saw it. A shadow stood near my bedroom door. It wasn't human-shaped, not exactly. It was too tall, its head brushing the ceiling, its limbs bending at angles that made my stomach twist. The darkness around it seemed thicker, as if the shadows themselves were clinging to its body. I wanted to scream, but my mouth wouldn't open. The thing didn't move. It just watched me. Seconds stretched into eternity. Then, slowly, it leaned forward. I heard a sound, not footsteps, but a wet dragging noise, like something being pulled across a concrete floor. My heart slammed against my ribs so hard I thought it might burst. Suddenly, I could move. I sat up, gasping, and the shadow vanished instantly. The room was normal again. The clock still read 3:17. The city noise returned like nothing had happened. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. The next morning, I convinced myself it was stress. I'd recently moved into the building, an old brick apartment complex built in the 1920s. The rent was suspiciously cheap for New York, but I didn't ask questions. I should have. That evening, I asked my neighbor, an elderly woman named Mrs. Calder, if she'd ever experienced anything strange in the building. Her smile disappeared the moment I mentioned shadows at night. "You saw it too," she whispered. My stomach dropped. She told me people in the building had been complaining for years. Nightmares. Sleep paralysis. The feeling of being watched. Some tenants moved out suddenly. Some didn't. "There was a fire here," she said. "Long ago. Basement level. They sealed it up." I laughed nervously, pretending not to care, but her words stayed with me. That night, I left all the lights on. It didn't matter. At 3:17 a.m., I woke up again. This time, my eyes opened on their own. The room was darker than before, even with the lights on. The glow from the bulbs seemed weak, sickly. My chest tightened as I realized I couldn't move. The smell returned, and then I heard it. Breathing. Not mine. Slow. Deep. Right beside my bed. My eyes shifted, inch by inch, toward the sound. Inches from my face was something that used to be human. Its skin was burned and cracked, stretched tightly over sharp bones. One eye was missing, the socket black and hollow. The other eye stared straight into mine, wide, glossy, and full of hatred. Its mouth opened. Inside was nothing but darkness. "You woke me," it whispered. The voice sounded like multiple people speaking at once, layered and broken. Tears streamed down my face as I tried to pray, scream, do anything. The thing leaned closer, its face inches from mine. I felt cold fingers wrap around my wrist. Then suddenly, it was gone. I sat up screaming, the lights flickering wildly. My wrist burned. When I looked down, there were finger-shaped bruises, dark and purple, forming before my eyes. I packed my bags the next day. But leaving wasn't easy. Every night after that, no matter where I slept, my couch, a friend's apartment, even a motel in New Jersey, it found me at 317. The same smell, the same breathing, the same whispers. I started researching the building. The fire Mrs. Calder mentioned wasn't an accident. In 1948, a group of homeless people had been locked in the basement by the building's owner to keep them out of sight. A faulty boiler exploded. No one survived. The basement was sealed, officially. But the dead never left. They were angry, forgotten, trapped between moments. And somehow, they'd chosen me. On the 7th night, the thing didn't wait until 317. I woke up to the sound of my front door opening. I live alone. I grabbed a kitchen knife and stepped into the hallway. The air was freezing. Wet footprints led from the door toward the basement entrance, a door that should have been locked, sealed, forgotten. It was open. A deep, echoing whisper rose from below. "Come see." I don't remember deciding to go down. My body moved on its own. Each step creaked loudly, like a countdown. The basement smelled exactly like my nightmares. Burned wood, blood, ash. The shadows moved. They weren't shadows anymore. Dozens of figures stood in the dark, their burned faces turned toward me. Their mouths opened together. "You see us now." The floor gave way beneath my feet. I fell. When I woke up, I was lying in my bed. Morning light filled the room. For a moment, I thought it was over. Then I saw the clock. 3:16 a.m. It began ticking louder than it ever had before. And that's when I realized the truth. I never left the basement. I never woke up. If you're reading this, it's because they're done with me. And tonight, at 3:17, they'll be looking for someone new. Check your shadows. Listen to your breathing. And if you wake up and smell rust and smoke, don't open your eyes.